Welcome back, everyone. There is no question that college sports bring in billions of dollars for universities across the country every year. So, should college athletes be paid a salary for their work? Is the NCAA violating antitrust laws by putting a monetary cap on educational benefits? These questions have finally landed at the United States Supreme Court. And our next guest has been following this legal battle for us. Ed Herman is with the law firm Brown and Crouppen. Ed, good to see you. I know this all started with a class action lawsuit filed by a group of Division I student athletes, but what's really at issue here?
Well, I mean, what's at issue is that you've got basically antitrust laws at play here. You have price fixing, you have control by these universities that are basically making a lot of money off of, I don't want to call it slave labor, but labor that they completely control the market on. The way the law currently is, or the way that they currently operate, is that they can give academic scholarships, they can give other expenses related to academics, but they can't pay a salary for the students. Now, the coaches, on the other hand, as you've seen, some of these coaches are making a hell of a lot more money than coaches that are in the professionals. So obviously a lot of money is being made and a lot of money is being paid, just not to the players themselves. And, for a lot of these students, they're never going to go to the pros.
Right.
They're giving everything they have while they're in school. And in a lot of instances, they don't even necessarily graduate.
So this case was argued before the Supreme Court back in late March. And I guess we could say if the NCAA was expecting sympathy from this newly minted conservative court, they didn't really get it, did they?
It's not really a conservative or liberal issue. There are issues on both sides. The conservatives may look at it as this is a free market type of approach. This is capitalism, and people should get paid a fair wage for what they're doing. But even on the liberal side, they may look at it and say, you know what? These players have a right to almost unionize, and they're being taken advantage of as workers. So there's plenty to go around for both sides to be interested in. But remember, what they don't want to do is create a system where a handful of schools that are particularly wealthy get all of the good players.
Bingo.
And then others can't. And so there's a lot of interest to balance here.
Yeah, I think
when you college towns, a lot of them are rural towns that this is all they have.
I think it was the Chief Justice that said we have to be careful here because he kind of likened it to a game of Jenga where you might pull out one peg or two pegs and it doesn't make much difference. But if you pull out too many, the entire thing collapses. So I know that weighs on the court's mind, doesn't it?
Truthfully, there probably is a fair system where they could set amounts, slotting amounts that would work across the board that every school could rightfully afford. The problem is the Supreme Court doesn't have the ability to say, hey, we've got a great solution for you guys.
Right.
They have to look at what's happening and decide if it's constitutional or if it's not constitutional. They don't get to necessarily recommend a solution. So the decision will probably come out in June. Everyone's going to be on bated breath waiting for this. But hopefully they can come to some type of fair resolution between the players and the schools, because the Supreme Court's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, could be a game changer for generations to come. Ed, thank you very much. We appreciate it. If you'd like to get in touch with Brown and Crouppen, you can call them anytime, 314-222-2222, or visit their website at getbc.com. By the way, while you're online, you have got to check out getbctv.com. All kinds of funny and entertaining and informative videos from Ed and the rest of the gang at Brown and Crouppen.